All right, we're 2 minutes away from 7 o'clock. Well, not 7 o'clock. What the hell? From 1 o'clock. So, would like to do the quick shout out to our partner, Ring the Bell Wrestling, and our sponsor, 93 Degree Apparel. Tonight, or today, sorry, because it's only the afternoon, early afternoon. So, we're doing the first part of this tournament. Tomorrow, we will finish with the other 8 competitors. And then after that, we will do the final match between the two winners of each side of the bracket, and then that will lead on to 2K20. The winner faces the world champion. Hello, welcome. The winner of this tournament will face whoever is the world champion by time the custom championship titles come out, or whenever they get the game. So once the clock strikes 1 o'clock, we will be starting our first matchup here, which will be Johnny Respawn versus Morgan Wolf, which I can't see on there because it's covered, but it doesn't look like anything was changed. It should just be all the basic settings, so you can see that nothing has been changed. I'll set up the arena. It's already supposed to be on this arena in the first place, but I'll do it anyways every time. So 1 o'clock, it is time to start the championship tournament, or should I say, the King of the World Championship Tournament. Now we have a lot of fresh faces here tonight for this tournament. Johnny Respawn, not new to the company, but new to this title picture. You have Morgan Wolf, who's also new to the title picture, but he's got a few title matches under his belt here in VPW. Or at least one tag title match under his belt under the VPW name. But hello to everyone in the chat. For anyone who is new here, hit that follow button if you enjoy the content. And if you want to support the channel, there is a sub button now. That's not something you have to do, but it would help out. But I have to promote my stuff anyways, so, you know. Nice. I was wondering why her last name changed to Reed. No, that's just the menu thing, because why did my stream just go out for a second there? That's weird. Yeah, that's just the menu. So technically, this is not a VPW ring. This was a Revolt ring, as we used to be called, but I'm using the arena as a revamped show for the tournament.
Making his way to the ring from Chicago,
but Johnny Respawn making his way to the ring, looking very happy to be here tonight, looking to edge his name in the books of VPW's world title history. Hello, hello. So there's now this option on my dashboard where I can run ads on my channel. So I might test that out later. Not during any matches though. I'll do that in between, so that it's a 1-minute ad, and I just want to test it later. So now Morgan Wolf is on his way to the ring. Nice. Morgan Wolf has recently split with his tag partner, Dan Masters, who is also in this tournament. There's a very, very slim chance that they will come to face each other later on tonight, or later on today, because this is going to be one full tournament bracket, and then we'll finish this entire spot of the tournament all the way to the final, and then tomorrow we will pick up with the next half. Morgan Wolf, he's not too happy from the looks of it, but this is the opportunity of a lifetime here. If he wins this tournament, he can go on. He could literally just go from his last match on the main card being a tag team match, a tag team title match. From that to immediately going to a world title match is going to be something big and different and a big change. That's the same could be said for a lot of the men in this tournament. It's a big change for a lot of them. So you have to wonder if the change, even if they win, if the change will be too much for them to, keep in their head. Yeah, Christian Blake did defeat Jacob Wells and Chris Everett in the past couple of weeks. Some would argue that the Wells match had basically a few hiccups with the referee not wanting to pay attention, but that's just my perspective on the thing. Morgan Wolf immediately hitting Johnny Respawn with a spear, taking him down, goes for the pin, and only gets a 1 count. Not even a 1 count, I should say. Now Morgan Wolf going after the back, but Johnny gets out of the ring just in time, grabbing Morgan by his head. It's a tournament like this where you could see some of the most interesting matchups you could ever ask for. Like these two, if it was not a tournament, these two probably would have never faced each other in the ring, but you have this mashup of styles here. You're right. But as I was saying, you would probably never see this mashup of styles, and just to clarify, if this ends in a count out, I am 100% restarting the match. We are not going to have any count out victories or draws. That is not how we're going to do things here. But Johnny Respawn run into the ring and breaking the count. He knows what he has to do to win this is to try to get some offense on the outside, and it seems to have backfired on him. But Morgan Wolf is ready. He's getting the strikes. He's known to be a heavy striker. And there you see it, that uppercut knocking Johnny Respawn down. But Respawn is fighting back as hard as he possibly can. A count of 5, still on the outside here. Morgan, what is he looking to do here? Oh my, oh no. Oh, just the strikes. A count of 8. Johnny again retreating to the ring. Count of 9. Morgan barely able to break the count. Morgan though off the ropes. He sends Johnny up in the air in a big one-handed spine buster. Johnny Respawn, he's really got his work cut out for him here. If he somehow is able to beat Morgan Wolf here, it's going to be a big shock and upset if you ask me. But Johnny Respawn has the heart to do this, and we'll see if he can. Kick out from Johnny, but Morgan staying on the offensive, keeping the heavy strikes in play. Now up on the shoulders. What is this? Oh, TKO. He just spun him from a fireman carry into that wolf's bite. Now he's thinking something big, but Johnny Respawn, Hurricanrana. Respawn needs to get Morgan Wolf grounded and keep him grounded as long as he possibly can. He needs to hit some of those high-flying moves that he is known for. As we see him waking Morgan up, not exactly the brightest idea. Oh, Morgan awake quicker than he expected. Morgan gets kicked off, but oh my God, lung blower off the top rope. Morgan has him right where he wants him. Reversal by Respawn with that spinning kick. What has he got? He's got to do something here. Big Hurricanrana. If he can hit anything here, anything at all, he might be able to do it. Code breaker. Goes to the top rope. He's He's waking him up for it. What is he gonna do here? Respawn. Meteora from the top rope. Wait a minute. Morgan Wolf's not down yet. He's on his knees. The Meteora only took him down to a knee. Dragon Cutter goes for the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count as Morgan Wolf is busted open. Whoa, move. Johnny is keeping on the offense, but Morgan Wolf may have been just woken up by the blood dripping in his eyes. Oh my God, spike DDT. Dropping him on his head there. Now Morgan Wolf lifting him up. What is, oh, Wolf's bite rolling into a dragon sleeper, but the ref calls a rope break as Johnny Respawn gets out of it with the snapmare. Oh my God. Morgan Wolf again. Wolf's bite from the fireman carry. Oh, he's calling for it again. Now he's gonna go for the standing. Wolf's bite reversal by Respawn. Respawn is fighting back with all of his might here. Codebreaker. Oh, middle rope. What is he thinking? Respawn. Meteor from the middle rope. Trying to get the pin here. He has to drag his body away from the ropes. Going for the pin. The ref get in the position. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Respawn doesn't know what to do. He's lifting him up to his feet. Goes for the chop, but Morgan Wolf, Wolf's bite! Out of nowhere. 1, 2. Oh my God. Johnny Respawn just barely able to kick out, but that's the heart of this young superstar. Now he's waiting in the corner. What is he going for here? Oh, going for that Dragon Cutter again, but reversed by Morgan. Clothesline by Morgan. There he dodges and power slam. Morgan with those heavy strikes, those jabs to the face. Oh! The blood all over the face of Morgan Wolf. As you can see, it's really caking up in his facial hair, missing the Hurricanrana. Johnny Respawn busted open as well. Wolf's bite! But we may have a rope break. We do. Johnny Respawn getting extremely lucky there. He was that close to the ropes. The ring awareness, though, you have to take in consideration. He knew where he was at in the ring. He may not have been all there otherwise, but he knew where he was in the ring, and he had his hand ready for it. But he just collapsed under the pressure of his head injuries there. A big suplex by Morgan. If you saw it there for a second. Oh, kick to the head. Respawn seems to be back in it. Playing possum. What is he gonna do? Sends him into the ropes. Bicycle kick. Going to the middle rope. Meteora possibly again. This could be it. Meteora reversal by Morgan. Morgan going for the strike reversal by Johnny. Fireman carry takeover by Morgan Wolf. Now what is he thinking? Oh, bashing the skull off that turnbuckle. It's only a matter of time. And as I say that, the Wolf's bite into the Dragon Sleeper. Johnny Respawn taps out. The Wolf's bite, Dragon Sleeper combination seems to be a lethal one. Congratulations on the first round win to Morgan Wolf. There we see it. Some of the Wolf's bites done early on. There's Johnny going for his Dragon Cutter, not able to hit it.
Here is
Look
your
at the
winner,
blood.
Morgan
He got
Wolf.
cleaned up for a second, but it doesn't matter. The blood dripping from the forehead of Morgan Wolf there. On to our next bout. But first, I'm going to test this run 1 minute ad thing. All right, we should be back. But we're back with our second match of the tournament. Christian Blake taking on Damian Valentine. Now, Christian Blake, as I spoke of it before the match, before in the other matchup. Christian Blake has a win over our world champion Jacob Wells, and he has a win over Chris Everett. Yeah. So Christian Blake has the win over the champ. He has the win over the guy who beat the former champ. Now all he needs to do is win this tournament and go through Damian Valentine. Now whether he can do that or not is the point, the big question. Now don't forget, we will be swapping from 2K19 to 2K20. We will have a 2-week break once 2K20 comes out, so everyone has a chance to make their calls, and we will see everyone then. But now we have this tournament, bringing a little bit more life to us before the next game. But making his way to the ring first, Christian Blake, looking to cement his legacy here tonight in VPW.
The following contest is a championship first round match. Making his way to the ring from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 239 pounds, Christian Blake.
Christian Blake, he needs to get a win like this in this tournament. Even if he doesn't make it to the finals, he needs to win these matches. He's got a very, very poor record in wins and losses. So one more win in the win column isn't going to hurt him. So even if he doesn't make it to the finals, if he just wins this match, he can be something special to the roster. He can add more momentum going into the next game. And that's what it's really all about in VPW. Not just wins and losses, but the momentum going into those title matches that you eventually do get. Now, Damian Valentine, he has experience in title matches. Same for Christian Blake, but Damian Valentine has experience in the Open Challenge Championship matches, the Intercontinental Championship matches, and more down the line. And now he's got this big title match that's a possibility if he can win this.
Damian Valentine.
And again, if Damien gets this opportunity on his side, he needs to take it with every he needs to take every single risk he can to try to win this title, in this title tournament, I should say, and then eventually get to that title match and try to win that title. Damien looking prepared tonight, busting out the special pay-per-view gear. There's a reason why he calls himself the Show. We're going to find out here tonight. If you didn't already know, I should say. There you see it, immediately going after the legs and keeping Christian Blake down for a second there. Christian reverses. Christian grabs him by the back of the head and throws him to the outside. I was not expecting it to break down to the outside this quickly. Christian. Oh, half and half suplex on the floor. Damian Valentine needs to get back in the ring, though it's not safer in the sense of you still have a chance of losing on the inside. It's better if you take less damage on the outside because it's harder to hit the floor out there than it is in the ring. It hurts more. It's not pretty. Now, Damian bashing the head off the apron there. Needs to get him back in the ring. We're at a count of 6. Throwing him back in the ring as I spoke of it. Damian working the leg there. And he's continuing to stomp on Christian Blake while he's down. He knows there's a threat in Christian, being the threat being that he's beaten a world champ and a guy who's squashed a former world champ. But he's keeping on the offensive as much as he possibly can here. Leapfrog, not able to get there. A little miscommunication between the two of them. Getting the arm wringer, elbow to the face by Damian. Oh, went for a super kick. Damian, though, was quicker on the strikes. Christian is not looking too great in this matchup here, as Damian is practically nerfing any momentum he had going in. Oh, missing the big boot, sending him over the top rope. Christian Blake needs to do something big here. Not going for anything high risk. He wants to keep as little risk as possible. Doesn't want to get injured early on in this tournament. The best thing you could do in this tournament is conserve some of your energy while also trying to win this tournament. If you go full speed all at once at the very beginning, you could end up not having anything left in the tank by your finals match. But Damian grabbing Christian by the head. Springboard. Okay. Christian using this moment. Goes for the dragon. No, straight jacket suplex. Now Christian using a moment here to catch his breath. Sending him into the ropes. A chop to the side of the head. Now Damian is down, but I don't know if he's out or if he's playing possum. We'll see. Only a 1 count there. Damian up to his feet again. Misses the clothesline. Bicycle knee. Damian gets out of the way, sends him into the corner. Oh, Christian. Elbow to the face. What is this? Brainbuster on the knee. He hits it. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Christian Blake needs to hit something big, looking to hit the Eclipse. This is the move that he defeated Jacob Wells with, if I do remember correctly. Goes for it, hits it. Maybe too close to the ropes. 1, 2, 3. I thought he was too close to the ropes, but apparently not. So you can see it there, a chop to the side of the head by Christian in that replay. Wow, what a replay. Look at this, that brain buster on the knee. Let's see, will we get the eclipse? Yeah, we will. There it is. A very big maneuver to end it all for Damian in this tournament. GG to Damian. And good luck down the line on 2K20. Christian Blake with a very convincing win, conserving a lot of energy during so. Now on to our third matchup here. I won't run an ad this time because last time, there's no point. I mean, I should because I get paid more if I run ads, but whatever. Here we go. Roderick McGillicuddy taking on Scott Osborne. Let's make sure the arena is properly right. Come on. There we go. Here we go. Roderick McGillicuddy versus Scott Osborne. Scott Osborne had a few chances, I'd say one chance probably, but that's as far as we've seen on VPW TV. Had a chance at the World Championship holder Jacob Wells. Roderick McGillicuddy, the former Intercontinental Champion,
making his way to the ring from Montreal,
has the most
Quebec,
championship
Canada,
experience in the tournament
weighing
so
in
far.
at 214 pounds, Rodriguez McGregor.
Before the next match, I'm going to run an ad. Well, not this match, but before the final match of the first round, I'll run an ad because I have to do something to fix something. Because I forgot to remove a title from someone. But here comes Scott Osborne representing the Prestige. The Prestige recently won the tag team titles. So congratulations to the Prestige, Matt and Philip. Now Scott looking to get this title tournament under wraps for himself. Here we go, Roderick versus Scott. Roderick immediately German suplex into the ropes there. Now rolling him over, going in the ankle lock immediately, trying to get these submission holds, trying to wear down the body of Scott Osborne before the matches really began. Now going after the arm. Like I just said, he is really trying to do as much damage to the limbs as he can to really make Scott Osborne as ineffective as possible going into the rest of the match and weakening the arm and the shoulder for the Kimura lock later on. Back suplex. Now Scott taking a moment outside. Oh, big hip toss on the floor. Count of 4. They're brawling on the floor here. Count of 6. Still not back in the. Still not going anywhere near the ring yet, or trying to get back in the ring, I should say. A count of 8. If this goes to count out, I will be restarting. Okay, restarting the match. Roderick winning the first time with a count out, but we will not be accepting a count out victory.
Here is your winner.
We will be restarting that matchup. Now Scott with the chop and then the kick to the gut. Again, sending him to the outside. Now we're going to probably have a repeat of what just happened there. Brawling on the floor. These two, at least in the, just do not want to have a normal match in the ring. They want to have a brawl. Dropping him with the snake eyes on the steel steps there as Scott starts fighting back. Reversal of the chop. Slaps him in the face. Count of 6. It's probably going to be another count out, and I'll have to restart for a second time. Actually, not a count out as Roderick breaking up the count. Oh, sending him headfirst into that steel post. Scott now, what is he thinking here? Bashing the head off the apron. Needs to get him back in the ring to win this match properly. Yes, he goes to throw him in, gets him in the ring on the apron. Taking his time. Roderick with that big maneuver there. Irish whip off the ropes. Oh, what is this? The kick to the arm there. Again, doing damage to the limbs. If Roderick keeps this up, he can win the tournament, or at least this match. Keeping the attack on that shoulder. And for the most part, keeping Scott grounded as Scott reverses with the European uppercut. What is this? Lifts him up into a pile driver. Scott lifting Roderick up. European uppercut of his own. Irish whip reversal sends him over the top. To the floor. Back to the outside again. These two really enjoy inflicting a lot of pain on the floor. Roderick reverses, shoves him off. Roderick is a submission machine, and he's a very technical wrestler, as you can see with some of these position changes mid-move. Count of 4, and a fireman carry on that exposed concrete. They're making their way up the ramp. Count of 6. Oh my God! That back suplex on the stage, or at least on the end of that ramp where it's steel. A count of 8. Scott back into the ring. Roderick thought it was over. Snapmare by Scott. Goes for the headbutt, elbow to the forehead. Scott almost got hit with that palm strike, sending Roderick into the corner. Knee to the gut, throw him out. What is he going for here? A big elbow drop from the middle rope. He hits it. That Judas effect elbow strike, waking him up now. Torture rack bomb incoming. Up on the shoulders. Spins him into the bomb. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Scott Osborne getting a victory there. Barely an easy victory, I should say. It was barely an easy victory for Scott, but a victory nonetheless. Scott advancing to round 2. He will be facing either Dan Masters or Byron X12. All right, before we start the next match, I'm going to run an ad so I can fix a minor thing that I forgot to fix earlier on. So once it gives me the option to choose the thing, I'm going to run the ad. All right, there we go.
The following contest is a championship first round match. Making his way to the ring from Birmingham, England, weighing in at 205 pounds, Byron the Legend X.
Holy fuck, I was on mute that entire time. Wow. Professional Twitch streamer. Well,
And
I only
his
said
opponent,
exposition, so it's cool.
from England,
It was all
weighing in
former
at
champs and all that stuff.
228 pounds,
But Byron, former
Dan
two-time cruiserweight champion,
Masters.
looking to get the world title on his list of accomplishments here. His former tag partner, Benny Banks, went the same route of getting the cruiserweight title and then going for the world title. So he didn't get the world title, but let's see if Byron could be successful in doing so. And let's also see if Dan Masters has what it takes to be a singles competitor. We know he could do tag teams, but with Morgan Wolf by his side, let's see how he does on his own. There, I just spewed all the exposition that I spoke while I was muted. Dan Masters looks very ready here tonight. Maybe used a little bit too much of his energy during his entrance. Let's see how this goes here. Lockup center of the ring, our first lockup of the tournament. Byron's got the strength advantage. But the thing about Byron is he's a cruiserweight. He's got strength and speed on his side. Oh, big boot by Dan. Byron fighting back, sending Dan Masters over the top rope. Taking a moment to taunt. Dan back in the ring. Punch to the face of Byron. Big DDT. Maybe that could be enough. Goes for the pin. Only a one count there. Byron, Irish whip into the corner. Misses the double knees. Forearm strike. German suplex. Kick to the gut. Now catches the leg on the second kick. Dan unwisely taunting in the corner, which calls for this exploder suplex into the corner there. Dan reverses with the jawbreaker. Big running lariat there. Byron went to get back in the ring, but saw the opportunity to enziguri Dan on the floor. Now, it's not an effective move to do on the floor, but it's a move nonetheless. Dragon suplex, dropping Dan on his head. He's holding the back of his head there after getting that suplex hit on him. Now, will the back of the head come into play as he was dropped on it? Well, the head in general is going to be coming into play as Byron's looking to damage the face now. Maybe trying to soften him up for that brainbuster on the knee. Dan fighting back. Misses the lariat. Byron waits. Lariat of his own. Now going for the arms. He's got that arm bar submission that he does often. more times than not, he wins using that armbar. Oh, reverses into a flapjack onto the rope. Byron, what is this? The brain buster on the knee. He hits it. Not going for the pin, immediately waking him up. He knows he needs to do a little bit more damage. As we can see it here, up he goes, drops him into it. There's that sleeper, or I can't really tell what it is, but Dan taps out to the submission. Byron advancing to round 2. Our first 2 matches were very fast-paced, very heavy-hitting, and our last 2 are very slow and methodical and very, very strategic, to say the least. If they would have gone too long in this matchup, either competitor, whoever wins, would have ended up being extremely handicapped coming into the next matchup in the tournament. They would have been exhausted. They would have had very little time to recover from those matches. But now we have the next round. We have our first round matches, our first winners, which would be Morgan and I believe Christian Blake going against each other.
Here is your
And
winner,
those 2
Byron,
went through
the
hell
Legend
to win their
X.
matches. So we'll see how this really goes for them in the second round. I really wish you could just hit next match in the tournament so we didn't have to continue doing the pause. Well, they're going back and then clicking, then back and then clicking, then back and then clicking. But I get it. They do it because some people don't do the whole tournament all at once. All right, here we go. Morgan Wolf versus Christian Blake. Make sure the arena's right. Round 2 on its way. Here we go. Morgan had a very, very exhausting looking match. He's going up against Christian Blake, who had not an easy match by any means, but a significantly shorter match, I should say. So Morgan, though he is,
The following contest
I guess you could say
is a
damaged,
championship tournament
because he did just get
semifinals
stitched up, or at least they
Making
stopped the
his way
bleeding
to
long
the
enough.
ring
So he's
from
damaged
London, England,
either
weighing
way.
in at
Let's see if he can
246 pounds,
manage somehow to win this
Morgan
match.
Wolf.
And Morgan, he's got the signature move, the wolf's bite, sorry. He can hit that at any moment. We'll see if he can hit it here tonight. Well, here in this match, because he's already hit it before in this show. What am I saying? if he can hit that wolf's bite. Who knows if Christian will be able to kick out of it. And who knows if he's going to even go for the normal version of the wolf's bite. Maybe he'll go for the dragon sleeper combo and really get as much damage as possible.
And his opponent,
Now Christian Blake
from Sacramento,
coming into the ring.
California, weighing in at 239 pounds, Christian Blake.
Now Christian, just like I said for Morgan, I'm going to name his big finish that he's used to win matches here, that Eclipse, which is a stunner from the top rope. If he can hit that, Morgan may not be able to kick out of that. I don't believe we've been able to see any other moves done as a finishing maneuver by Christian. But I am all for seeing Christian Blake going all the way in this tournament and possibly facing Jacob Wells, depending on if Jacob Wells is the current champion by the time the match happens. Christian, he looks to be prepared, but who knows? Looks can be deceiving. Oh, big elbow strike right off the bat. Morgan is he's definitely not 100% going in this match. Neither is Christian, but Christian seems to have a little bit more going for him in this match, considering how short his match was compared to Morgan's. But Christian dropping him on that, Christian gets dropped on the top rope. As Morgan, big clothesline. Already has his comeback. Huh. I think it's because I've had damage retention. There's the Dragon Sleeper Wolf's Bite combination. Christian able to kick him off or get him off with a snapmare there. That damage retention setting is really going to be a difference maker in this tournament. Judging off the fact that Christian Blake was already in a very dangerous position, being put in that Wolf's Bite and then Dragon Sleeper immediately into the match, starting 1, 2. And again, you could see a little bit of the signs of the match before with Morgan. Like Morgan is struggling just a little bit to get out of those pins. He's struggling a little bit to get back up to his feet. Wolf's Bite. Will it be enough to end the match? 1, 2, 3. Morgan Wolf able to win the match in very short fashion. He had to win this match as quickly as he did there, or else he would have been possibly injured. Christian Blake was not prepared for Morgan Wolf to be that, quick to the hit there. The Wolf's Bite that ended it all there. A very quick match.
Here is your
and
winner,
Morgan, knowing well that he just saved himself a lot of energy and strength going into the next match as he goes to the final match of the tournament. But now we have our our last match of the second round because, yada, yada, yada. Whoever wins this will take on Morgan in the following matchup. So it would be Scott Osborne and Byron taking each other on here. Cruiserweight champion. Well, former Cruiserweight champion. Sorry. Let's go. Here we go. Scott Osborne, a little bit. I know it literally just happened minutes ago, but let's talk about it. Scott Osborne defeated Roger McGillicuddy with the Torture Rack Powerbomb combo into the pin. Hits it, wins. Now we have his opponent, Byron, who won via submission on Dan Masters. Now, both men in this match are relatively unscathed from their first round matchup. So let's see if this match goes a little bit longer than our previous match did.
And his opponent, from Birmingham, England, weighing in at 205 pounds, Byron the Legend X.
Now Byron, as I stated, he won relatively quickly with that submission hold. Will he break it out for this match, or will he go for a different maneuver to try to win on this match? Because there's no doubt Scott Osborne, being the kind of guy he is, he was watching every single match to get some tips, some pointers, and to make sure he knows more about the rest of the competitors in this tournament than they know about him. He has to plan and be ready for the next move every single time. So we'll see if he had enough to go off of from that last match to try to win here tonight, or win this match. Ring the bell. Scott immediately knowing that he needs to keep Byron down. He's doing exactly that, knowing that Byron has that speed. He has the strength and speed, I should say. Knowing he needs to keep him grounded as long as he can, but not able to do so at the moment. Byron drop kick in the corner, running to the other side of the ring. Another drop kick, knocking him down to the mat. Like before, taking the moment to taunt at his opponent's expense. Goes for the pin. Only a one count. Now going for the headbutt. Scott reverses with the elbow to the forehead. Scott sweeps the legs. Taking a moment to taunt while Byron recovers on the apron. Byron reverses with a forearm strike, not doing anything too risky. Goes to sweep the legs, a reversal, sends him to the outside. As we can see, this seems to be Scott's MO for this tournament. Do some damage on the outside. Hit as many moves on the floor as you can. Get that impact of hitting the practically concrete floor, and then get back in the ring. Wait, what is Scott thinking? Top rope move here. No, he changes his mind. Hit the Judas effect. Lifting him back up. What is this? Going for that pile driver. We saw him hit this earlier. He hits the pile driver. Dragging him away from the ropes. Pins him. 1, 2. Byron not damaged enough, but that pile driver could have been it. The torch rack bomb now. The move that he won the first round match with. Up he goes. Spins him around into the bomb. 1, 2. Byron kicking out at 2. Scott knows he needs to do something big, and he's thinking about it. Goes to the top rope. We don't see that very often from Scott. Waking him up. Crown him. Hits him with that forearm strike to the top of the head, but Byron fighting back with the will and hope that he has in his soul. Sends him into the corner though. Big clothesline. Striking out any sliver of hope. Byron though still has some left as he kicks out of that clothesline. Byron, what is this? Oh, going for a flatliner, but Scott is still fighting back. Sweep the legs. Kick to the chest. You can see though a little bit has been taken out of Scott. 1, 2. Kick out by Byron. Scott, though he's been hitting these big moves, it doesn't take much to lose your stamina in a match like this when you're in your second match in and you're facing a guy smaller and quicker than you, and you have to match his speed. So Scott's got to keep his speed down while also trying to keep the strength up on his side. That's how you lose a lot of stamina. Not going for the pin immediately. Now he's going to go for the pin. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Scott Osborne making it to the final round of the first half of this tournament. This is going to be a big boss battle for our final match of this tournament. At least, like I said, the first half. But Byron was very close to not losing there. I mean, he had a chance to get back into the game, but he just couldn't get that. He couldn't get the opening he needed. As there you see it, Scott hits that torch rack bomb. Doesn't, on that one he immediately pins, but on the final one he won the match with, he took a second to pin because he knew it would be over. See that kick to the chest, knocking the wind out of the lungs, knocking the air out of the lungs, I should say. Now Scott versus Morgan Wolf is our final match for the evening. And we'll see that right now. Here we go. Let's make sure it's the right arena, of course. And let's get it started. I'll just skip Scott's entrance because we'll just give off the illusion that he never left the ring, because he's literally goes to the, what's the point? He would have already been out there. Here we go, though. Our final match of this tournament half. This is a real different kind of match if you really think about it, because Morgan, his first round match, as I stated, a very drawn out match with Johnny Respawn, and he was able to win it with the submission. So that submission definitely took something out of him. But then you had the immediate match after for him was that match with Christian Blake, and he wins it with a Wolf's Bite. He did it relatively quickly because he knew he needed to save and conserve. Now he's in this final match against Scott Osborne, and the differences are showing between the two of them, as Morgan, though he had an impressive showing so far, his first match was extremely long, took a lot out of him. His second match wasn't as long, but took something out of him. Scott Osborne's been lucky in his 2 matches that he's had extremely short runs, and in both cases he wins with the same maneuver. He's got two wins under his belt in this tournament with 1 extremely effective move. Now, whether or not he wins here is just a guess, but judging off of what we've already seen, I think Scott has the better chance of winning here, as Morgan is probably going to be beyond exhausted at this point. Scott Osborne, as I said, already down at the ring waiting for this match. He took a quick breather. But Morgan, spine buster. Though, like I said, his matches have been going longer, but he's got to do what he's got to do here. He's got to keep Scott down. He's got to wear him down, get him back to where he is. Because if Morgan lets Scott up for just a second, doesn't keep the offense on him, he has every chance of losing. But there's that comeback. He hit it immediately in both cases. If he can hit that submission, locks it in. Is he gonna be able to tap Scott out immediately? Yes, he is. Scott Osborne taps out almost immediately in the submission. Morgan Wolf just went all the way in the first half of the tournament. Our King of the World tournament ends just like that. Both men absolutely exhausted. Morgan had this last-ditch effort right here as he goes straight into that Dragon Sleeper and puts all the power and all the energy he had left in him into that submission.
Here is your winner, Morgan Wolf.
Some would argue that the reason why the match went so quickly is because Scott literally just got done having a match seconds before, well, about a minute, I should say, before this match began. But that's our first half. We will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. exactly like we were today for part 2, day 2. And day 2 will have some debuts to the roster for 2K20 and so on. Good night, or good afternoon, I should say, to everyone who showed up. Thank you to anyone who watches the VOD later, and thank you to anyone who watches it on YouTube as well. Good night.